Welcome to the Southeast Idaho Weather Hazard Briefing for Wednesday, December 4th. We'll start as we usually do with the satellite imagery, and there are two features of note that we'd like to draw your attention to. The first is this broad area of low clouds with a little bit of fog stretched across much of the lower elevations in East Idaho this morning. We'll get back to that in a second. The second is this low pressure system along the coast of California that may bring a little bit of precipitation to areas along the Utah border tonight, and we'll get back to that in a second. Let's return to the low clouds and fog. We do have some fog early this morning stretching along Interstate 15 between Pocatello and Malad Summit. We also have some pockets of fog on US 26 between Idaho Falls and Swan Valley, so drivers are urged to exercise caution while traveling through these regions this morning. We do expect some of this cloud cover to begin to break up a little bit again this afternoon, just like we saw yesterday with a few pockets of sunshine. We'll see some of those areas of restrictions and visibility improve through the morning as well. But with the high pressure in place, we do expect a resurgence of much of this cloud cover again overnight, again with the potential of a little bit of fog and also the potential for some drizzle or freezing drizzle, depending on how the temperature profiles are where you are. Going back to this system over the California coast, this is expected to shift east through the Great Basin overnight tonight, and there is a little bit of moisture that may just barely creep across the Utah border, generally between midnight tonight and around noon Thursday morning. Not much precipitation at all. These are very slight chances and very light precipitation, so not really expecting an impact with that. Here's the temperature profile for today. Again, we're looking for above freezing temperatures for most of the lower elevations. Some of these areas, particularly early this morning into early this afternoon, along the north end of that extent of cloud cover is where we could see the potential for some freezing drizzle or fog, but not very confident in this being a widespread impact across the region. Here's a look at that precipitation for tonight into tomorrow morning as well. Shifting gears as we head into Friday night and Saturday, we do have another low pressure system moving into the region for the weekend. As we can see here, we are expecting some very light precipitation to begin spreading into the central mountains very late Friday night and spreading across much of eastern Idaho during the day on Saturday. As you can see from the color bar on the top here, these precipitation amounts are very light and they are pretty much concentrated over the higher elevation areas with not much precipitation at all throughout the Snake Plain. Temperatures on Saturday are expected to be fairly mild, so much of the precipitation that would fall in the lower elevations is expected to be a rain or rain-snow mix by the time we get into the daytime hours during the day on Saturday. That precipitation is expected to continue Saturday night into Sunday, and this graphic actually looks pretty similar for both those time periods, again with most of the precipitation concentrated over the higher elevations and not much falling throughout the Snake Plain. The cold front does pass through associated with this system on Sunday, so we may see the winds increase through portions of the Snake River Plain on Sunday, and we'll start to see those temperatures fall a few degrees as we get into the beginning of the work week. This will conclude the briefing for today. If you have additional questions, please feel free to call the number on the screen. If you have comments or feedback on the content or delivery of this briefing, please feel free to drop our webmaster an email. And as always, thank you for joining us.